Okay, there's the truck in the building. Post Baylor Mayhem. It runs over about 400 feet. Mississippi River Valley's over the top of the knoll there. I'm going to the forest. Here's show you my tree stand. Yeah, it's about noon right now, and the forest is kind of quiet. Deer are bedded down, and the coyotes are denned out. It's kind of spindly through here. There's some bigger trees in there, but it's been logged up top here, and it needs to be thinned out. That's where the biochar gasifier comes in, and get that thinned out, and then the bigger trees can take off, and the canopy can reestablish itself. Look at the raspberries. We got walnuts. Here's a walnut right here. That's what they look like. Not too long after they fall off the tree, and you get kind of like that. And you husk them out and set them in the sun, and they dry out, and you crack them open, and they're good. So the question is, do we eat just nuts? Well, if we did that, the squirrels would get awfully hungry. They wouldn't like that. Well, we could eat just squirrels, but I don't think they'd like that either, and then we'd have a bunch of nuts going to waste. So I think, if we eat a little bit of both, that's going to be the best bet. Yeah, I woke up in the middle of the night last night, sleeping in my hammock tent, and there's a squealing, freaking ferocious tangle going on. And I was like, what the heck? I knew a coyote was involved, but I couldn't figure out what the heck the other creature would be, but it was making some pretty good screaming and ferociating too. It ended up in a crunch down, and suddenly it dawned on me what it was. It was a skunk was the other animal, and I had the smell to confirm it, floating by my tent afterwards. So a coyote had a skunk for lunch. That was pretty interesting. I got my coffee. I had to. It cost me a freaking bag. I can't believe it. The other morning, I was trying to get out of my hammock because I knew I should be out on the stand. It was like 4:30 in the morning. I knew I should get out there and be ready because they move in the morning and at night. So I've been doing all this during the day. There's just nothing going on right now. And I pulled my bow, enough times to sight in, which was enough to give me a little bit of sore muscles, and the combination caffeine, freaking head in the vice thing with my eyeballs bugging out. Really, I was paralyzed. I couldn't get out of my sleeping bag, and I laid back down. I just need to rest for a little bit. And I dozed off. And I woke up to the sound of hoof prints. And this deer came right down this little game trail here, right past my freaking stand. And I only saw the rear quarter of it as it was passing the tree. And so the other side of my hammock zipped up. I couldn't see out it. I was trying to unzip it as quietly as possible, but I heard it kind of getting out of range, and I jerked the zipper, and it exploded into the woods. And all I saw was its little white tail off in the distance. That thing would have been mine. That would have been many, many wonderful lunches and suppers, but what do you do? And I thought this would be a good time to wean myself off caffeine, but I'm thinking I'm just going to have to find a better time to do it. I got my naproxens up there too, so I am going to be weaning yet still, but I can't go cold turkey just yet. Speaking of turkeys, oh my gosh, that's all I heard this morning. I didn't see a deer this morning, but the turkeys were just going off. It was turkey lurkey-dum. So we got lots of wild turkeys, and trees are mostly oaks and walnuts, like I said. And, the primary evergreen is the cedar. There's a few other species, actually quite a few, but those are the primary ones. There's my rig, my tree stand. I'll walk around a bit so you can see there's a tree stand there. This is one that came with the property, and it's actually pretty nice. It's kind of like a bench seat and seat 2, kind of like a gun hunter would use, but makes a damn good porch. And there's my Clark Jungle Hammock, North American Camel. That thing is just the coziest little freaking bean pod in the world. Heard somebody else call it that. That's what it's like. You just feel like you're a cozy little bean in a pod. It's pretty nice. It's kind of roomy too. You got room to keep stuff down by your feet, and you can sit up in there actually. There's my old stick ladder when I used to sling hunt. And then we got the ropes over there, and I got my Spectraflex running across the top, just for protect it from down branches and storm winds. Now let's go up to Robert's little house in the woods here for now. This may end up being somebody else's once I get a saucer up, or maybe I'll stay in here 3 seasons and sleep in the shop until I got a bunch of saucers done, and then I'll make my own. I don't know yet. Anyhow, yeah, I got the rangefinder and the hatchet and my quiver and little dressing stuff and little bag over here and my calls and gloves, and there's my little camoed out water jug, and there's my bowl. There's my bowl. I shoot left by eye dominance, but I shoot a right-handed bow, so I make my own bracket over here coming off the left side of the bow to get the bus cables off on the one side. There's my new sight. That thing is so sweet. Yeah. And here's the thing up close. And here's the view from up top. Sleeping about 18 feet off the ground. It's nice. It really is. I wish it didn't ever get below freezing here. I would just live here. But it does get below freezing. It does.